Hi there guys, and welcome to another Train Sim 2017 video. Today I've got something a little bit special. It's something that I don't think any of you guys actually have out there. The title screen sort of gives it away a little bit, I know, but this is reskin, sort of reskin I suppose. It's not really, it's a nameplate that's been added onto some of the Armstrong Powerhouse reskins. And it's by a guy called I Am Crazy Dan, and his web address I'll link in the description below, but it's iamcrazydan.weebly.com. So this guy is Dan Holmes, and he offered me this the other day, and I said, definitely, make me a scenario, I'll give it a bash and show it off for you. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it actually was, to be honest with you, and that's nothing against the guy that's done it, just I get some pretty crazy things sent to me over the internet these days, so this one I sort of just took and thought I'll have a look, but it's brilliant. So, good morning driver, today you're in charge of 1 Charlie 80 and you are driving 43155, the Red Arrows. Open the doors and let the passengers on, good luck. So we can do that. Now this is the Red Arrows 50 years, what was it, 50 years of 50 great seasons, I think they're called, 50 seasons of excellence, there you go. And this isn't just like a repaint. If you look, oh there you go, there you can actually see it as well. You see how it's actually on the outside. It's a 3D nameplate. Yeah, I know these have kicked around before, but this one just looks awesome. Really impressed with it. So yeah, I think that this Dan's doing a pack of these. I think this is the first one that's ready. I think he's done some 66s beforehand and a few other bits and pieces if you check out his website. I've had a quick flick, looks pretty cool. It says he's one of 3 guys developing these sorts of things, so massive shout out to the smaller developers out there. There's some brilliant work going on behind the scenes for Train Sim at the moment. Some actually really exciting stuff as well. So it's nice to see. Apart from that, the 43 is the same. Well, sorry, the HST set is exactly the same as the normal Armstrong Powerhouse enhanced version. There is actually, sorry, I've got a bit of a sticky right arrow key after I spat beer all over my keyboard at the beginning of the last video. There's a guy actually working on the passenger view for the Mark IIIs, that this is now because it's Armstrong Powerhouse back, but for the first class interior. And he's also redone the Virgin Trains interior as well, which I'm looking forward to as well. It's in the VTEC livery. The slightly sort of what I'd call the boudoir black first class interior. It's that sort of black with the red, which has never really been massively my favourite. You know the one I mean, with the first written in the red. Looks like a pair of posh knickers, if you ask me. Oh, it's been a while since I've got a bit of an MTU thrash happening. And I think because this is such a lovely reskin. Oh, I haven't done the headlights. I'll get told off for that. It's a bit of a sight to withhold, isn't it? One thing I did notice is this scenario simply was a career scenario, which, as you all know, is never my never really my cup of tea. So I was just doing a little bit of research on this before I sort of did the video, and I was looking at, this isn't the, and I had to look it up because I thought, I'm sure there was an HST kicking around when I was younger that was called the Red Arrows, and it was a Virgin HST in the Virgin Cross Country livery, but it was one of the buffer beamed ones as well. It's now with Grand Central. Is it, I keep wanting to say 43068. I did have it up here, hang on. It was, yeah. It's 43068, which is now 43468. Is that right? It's now a Grand Central. This is a fair old gradient here. It's quite nice to actually do a run on the Riviera lines, because I very rarely do it. I'm getting a pretty epic frame rate with it. Well, I say pretty epic. It's limited at 30 as per usual with me. But it is a nice one. I'm going to try and crack out a couple of videos tonight, but I'm very closely watching my CPU and GPU temps, just because it is knocking 34 degrees inside the shed. My whole aim of having the aircon installed by this time this year has sort of gone by the by. If the aircon was in, it'd be lovely and cool. But it's not. It's sitting waiting to be put in. And then I'll be sound, because I've got my little oil-filled radiator for the winter, aircon for the summer. I'll be able to video all year round in complete comfort. So another great big thanks goes out to all of you guys that gave me lots of really nice positive comments on the 1,000 subs videos. Really am pleased with that. And I'd just like to sort of get back to what I do best, really. So there'll be a couple of videos like this. I've got my eyes on a few other bits and pieces that I've got a bit of an exclusive for as well. So there'll be a few more exclusive videos coming up. Then we'll get back to some new manuals that I've got ordered. I've got the 442 manual to cover. I've quite a lot to do. So there's a bit for everybody. If you like a bit of the lighter sided route talks and showing off new bits of kit, whatever, yeah, fine. If you like the deeper technical stuff, I've got some manual stuff coming up. So it's all looking pretty good, really. Should really be getting some more, some nicer pictures of this. Cool, that looked like the old rail simulator. Oh, cross country HS2 going past us there now as well. Alan! Done it again, mate. I want to try and get that nameplate in as best I can. Also, keep it very much a 43. I don't know. I'll see how we get on with that, actually. Because I think I could very much keep it as a 43. While still showing off matey's sorry, Dan's extremely decent work. It's a pleasure to drive this, isn't it? Pacer. I've got to give this bit of the country a little bash next time I'm down this way. I spend a lot of time in Cornwall. I don't come up this way very often. Oh, down this way. In saying that, you spend a lot of time in like Devon and Dorset, a lot of time in Weymouth. Yeah. Should really get a chance to get up and have a go. So what have we got after Dawlish? Teignmouth and Newton Abbot. Hey, I said it right. So I mean, like I was saying about this, I've been looking around the sort of, well, to be fair, a lot of it's getting posted on my Facebook group now, but the work that non-professional train sim developers are doing, so third-party guys in bedrooms, guys in offices, are putting out there at the moment is unreal. Nathan Smith's East Coast Mainline South Duff, Kev Butler's Ace Trains Merseyside route, John Williams was Cardiff Central signalling stuff being redone. There's loads of people I won't have mentioned that are doing amazing work out there. And then before you get into that, then you've got all the scenario guys. You've got like Mr. Dreamliner, you've got Chris, you've got some really good guys out there. Freeware stuff and reskins, you've got Super Albs, BH Reskins, Blue Code, Ash Clark. There's loads of people out there doing some really good work. And I just really hope that this sort of community spirit is able to flow over into Train Sim World. When I've also been keeping my eye on a few of the flight sim stuff going on at the minute, because you've got like X-Plane 11 coming up, well, it's out now, and Prepared version 4, which is out now. These are all really important steps if you're into flight sims. I mean, I've had a 10-year break. Flight Sim 2004. I think I bought Flight Sim X, didn't do much with it. So call it a 10-12 year hiatus from Flight Sim, and people were still using the same technology I did. Now we're not. Now we're in 64-bit programs. There's a lot more that can be done, but you've got this Flight Sim World that DTG have made as well, and I think they've shot themselves in the foot. They've made the same sort of mistake as they made with Train Sim World CSX Heavy Haul. This whole thing about losing third-party developers. So what they've said with Flight Sim World is we won't officially support it. We won't do it unless you sell it through us in Steam, through our store in Steam. So that means any developer that wants to do this is going to lose a cut to them and a cut to Steam. Well, I would hate to think what the likes of Armstrong Powerhouse's margin loss is when he has to sell through Steam via DTG. They're sort of bending you over a barrel. If you look at people like Just Flight and all of that make sort of decent sim level stuff. Came into this platform way too fast. Do you know what I mean? They might just get away at the 30 quid mark an aircraft sort of thing. But if you start going into some of the really high detailed, fully fledged simulation, I can't remember what they call the version where it's like real, what do they call it? Like with the full manuals and everything. I know what I mean, and it's on the tip of my tongue. Study level. That's what they call it, study level. And that just means that you literally can get the real manuals and look at it and do exactly the same things. All the systems are modelled, yada, 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 yada. Some of those are hundreds of quid. Now, you stick Steam stuff on top of that for them to make any money on that, it's going to be extortionate. They've cut out, and I feel this real worry that they've cut out the communities. They've done the same with Train Sim World without putting the route editor out and stuff before they launched it. To be fair, from what we've had, right, we could have had a couple of betas throughout, a couple of 2-week betas, let them test what they needed to test, then wait till next year and release it all in one go, with the tools and everything all included. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It just annoys me. I see all these people who are doing this for nothing in their bedrooms and offices and that sort of thing, that have definitely kept me going in this simulator, definitely kept me going with flight simulators for years and years, and yet Dovetail Games can't see that or want to. Well, I can see why they'd like to capitalise on it, but I think they're going to push people away. I mean, I know there's some very staunchly anti-payware people out there. Not necessarily anti-payware, but anti-paying for reskins. Like, people were very clear that the Armstrong Powerhouse packs are enhancement packs. Some people have in their head that they're just payware reskins. I completely disagree. The Class 60 pack is the closest to it. Sorry, Class 66 pack is closest to it. Because bar the cab texture updates, fair enough, but again, so you can get them freeware as well. But the likes of this, which are physics changes, sound changes, particles with the smoke and everything like that, do I want that like that? No, I don't. I want to get a bit of a better view of it. Sorry, yeah, I was saying that the enhancement packs are just so much more in depth. This feels like driving a loco again. Yeah, fair enough. What have we realistically got that works? I can switch my tail lights, I can switch my headlights, I can do my DRA, I can put the master key in. But just those little touches and with the physics changes makes a huge difference. What I am really looking forward to is whatever Armstrong Powerhouse does with the 170. I don't really care if it's an enhancement pack or a sound pack. I would love it to be an enhancement pack. And see, even just the traction brake controller done properly, I'd be happy with. Oh. I wasn't looking, I was just trying to check my temps, because I am absolutely sweltering in here, so the computer is going to be struggling somewhere along the line. I mean, a route like this done in Train Sim World would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? It's a very pretty bit of route. No, we're holding pretty steady now. 65 on the GPU, 67 on my CPU, which is absolutely fine. Means the fans and the coolers are doing their job because they're just kicking the heat out at me. Yeah, the freeware community out there is amazing for train sim. And I mean, I remember coming from MSTS, which basically you could get pretty much everything freeware anyway. UK train sim had pretty much all you were looking for. You did slightly, oh god, have to go into higher pricing and payware for some more detailed stuff, mainly cab views more than anything. A lot of things, especially electric trains, sort of things I drove, used the standard Acela cab. Which was a bit of a sort of letdown, but you didn't mind paying the sort of slight cost it was for bits and pieces a bit extra. I mean, I remember things like Eurostar packs, there being a slightly more, there was a freeware version and a payware version. The Class 91, there was a guy that went on to do some stuff, I think he actually had something to do with the 390 in this, a guy called Ben Laws did the Class 91 and Mark 4 set. I mean, everything there was a payware version of, the basic was a freeware version as well. The East Coast mainline packs, when they came out, I can't even remember who was the publisher for them or the developer. They were really good. I remember those coming out, and they came in like 3 stages. You had like London to York or London to Peterborough. I think it might have been London to York, and then Peterborough to, I can't even remember. Somebody out there will know better than me. Why did that go off? But they were good, and the night... What the hell happened there? Ugh. You're all sitting there and know exactly what happened. I'm looking at 3 things at once in the minute, so no idea what just happened there. Do you know what this bit always reminds me of? I'm sure quite a few of you are old enough to have played Sonic. Do you remember the Aztec Zone on Sonic? So I can see eyes in it. So there's an eye there, an eye there, like those eyebrows, a nose, and a little mouth. Proper reminds me of it. But yeah, there was loads of freeware available. Same with Flight Sim. You could go on like AvSim or anything like that. Get what you wanted. And again, there was payware stuff. See, with Flight Sim, I paid more for scenery, really, more than I did for aircraft. Meljet, I used to fly the Meljet 747 an awful lot. And that was really good spec, but then I used to use like UK 2000 airports, which are really neat. I've had an absolute mare today. With lights. Yes, there we go. Thank you. Daylights. I actually saw somebody comment on a post earlier on Facebook that was like super duper pedantic. This guy was asking about something completely different, and somebody put, "Please use the correct headlights for day running." Right? See, when it comes to train stuff, I'm pretty anal, right? It upsets me if I see things, but I forget things. I miss things. My job doesn't depend on it, and it ain't life or death for me. See, when people put these real snidey comments on, it irritates the life out of me. And that does bring me on to something else about sort of the Facebook stuff and things like that. I've said it loads of times. I don't mind repeating it because there's new people joining every couple of weeks, sort of thing. But as much as I enjoy having you guys, and you guys are a massive support, and the community is brilliant, I won't add you to my personal Facebook. I also very, very rarely will I answer a private message. If you need anything, get hold of me on the group, the Alan Thomson group. I'm on the other Facebook groups as well if you do need anything like that, but most of all you'll catch me on my own group. So just if you want to talk to me or ask me any questions or anything like that, pop on over there and ask me it. That's your best way to get through to me. I don't add people personally to Facebook. I try and keep it a bit separate. And anyway, you don't want to see pictures of me drunk or pictures of my kids. So, yeah, there's no real need for you to be there anyway. It's a 60. Didn't see that creeping up on me there. Well, look at that, Dan. You've got me driving not only in the western region, you've got me quite enjoying it, and on a scenario from end to end on it. And if that's all down to a nameplate, bring on the nameplates. I'd love to see them on the 43s, the 91s. I think they do make a difference. I mean, I think I've even said this to Chris before, like, what's the point? I don't see really the point in the nameplates. I'd rather just get the reskin out or whatever. But having this on has made me look at the train more from the outside, but it also it's good to look at. We'll try and get another screen when we're in Newton Abbot. No, it's not the nicest station to have a screen in. Perfect timing. That's my CPU just shot up to 73. Again, I was reading with an eye instead of looking. Daft as a brush. Alright then, guys, as per usual, thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that little quick run on the Riviera lines with a nice name-plated HST set. It's nice to get back in the seat of the HST. My next video I think will probably be one of Mr. Dreamliner's HST scenarios as well. So it might just be a bit of an HST fest for a while. As always, feel free to like, share and subscribe. and I will catch you guys soon enough. Well done, he's completed this scenario successfully. Well, that's a bonus. Take care, guys. Catch you soon.